Yo there, all. This is Dwayne there, Dwayne's Custom Baits. How's all my fishing friends doing today? Good, we hope. Today we're doing 12.5-inch worms. Here's the mold, 12.5 inches. And it's in motor oil with chartreuse tails. Motor oil with black flake with chartreuse tails, what it actually is here. Stir up the motor oil a little bit here. These are for some fellas that fish down in Tennessee a whole lot, and they are Cherokee and on Douglas Lake. So they want some of these. I got this is a 12.5. I'm going to be doing 14s and 16-inch worms in the same color for them. So first we'll do the motor oil color in first. I was told on one of my videos by a new subscriber, hey, I was doing it old school. And I told him thank you. I said this is the way I've done it the whole time, except for the few injections that I have now. But alright, Chartreuse. Overlap it just a little bit here. Then we come on into the tail. Back around. Alright, wipe off the sides here. And it does hold two, so we're good to go here. We'll just pull that off a little bit. Get my hand in the way. There we go. Stir it up a little bit. The motor oil color does have a little bit of salt in it, but the chartreuse tail doesn't have any at all. And that tail is going to float up and wiggle and wobble and move all over the place when it's into the water. Gonna get those fish's attention, big time. The way they like it. Customers and the fish, so. Alright, let's see here now. I've already got, I have been pouring, I forgot to start this when I first started, so I have 3 of these molds. And the other 2 are already full. This is the 3rd one here. I just barely put, I have actually done 4 already. 4 lures, not 4 molds, since I only have 3 molds. Okay. And I will show you one as soon as I pull it out here, so I can start the next round here. Alrighty. Now then, that one's done. Just slide it across. Grab this other mold here. That's already got them done. Now slide that next one. Slide that one over. Okay. And there you go. A 12.5-inch worm. And like I said, this chartreuse does not have any salt in it at all. And so when this worm hits the bottom, that thing's going to turn around and raise up. Any current, it's going to wobble all around. Even if you just pull it and you stop it, it's going to be wobbling all over the place. So it has plenty of action. Now the worm itself doesn't have a whole lot of salt. It's just got a little bit for taste, we'll say. It doesn't have a whole lot of salt. Maybe half a teaspoon is all it's got in it, just a little bit. And all this whole plastic here, not just each worm, I mean, but and just in this plastic here. Now I've actually turned the heat down on this just a little bit because it was being too runny in the mold, and I've had to put way too much chartreuse up on the body and these, they will kind of go like this is the edge and this is the edge, and here's in the middle of the lure, and it'll bow down instead of being straight or flat like it ought to be. So I've had to put Chartreuse further up into the mold. Okay. And that's why I got stirred just a little bit more than I do the Chartreuse, because it's good and hot and runny. It's about like tap water. It'll run out like crazy. Okay. I know that looks awful runny right there running with that spoon, but it's not as runny as that Chartreuse is, trust me. Okay. Put into the egg sac there. Alrighty. Stop it there. Okay. We'll just pour some of this. Whoops, pour it backwards here. Yeah, so it don't, Chartreuse don't try to run in too much. There we go. Alrighty. So far, there's not going to be too much. I'm going to have to trim off of these. A little bit of Chartreuse, and that's about it. So that's going to be a good thing. Definitely will be. I've been lucky so far in the pumpkin seed, I don't have nothing to trim off. That's a little bit in the tail part. Okay, and this is the second mold. And so in a second here, when I finish this one, I'll be pulling out the one you saw me fill up a minute ago. And that'll be all three of my molds. There's going to be a little bit of this motor oil to trim up, but that's okay. It's not too bad. One little snip, and it'll be all gone. No problem. The Chartreuse tail, and it is bright, so that they'll definitely see it. That's for sure. Now, ultra clear water, I probably wouldn't be throwing this bright Chartreuse, but they said they were giving a little tip by some fellers, so we're gonna let it go like it is. And they're also the one same. This is the same people that's getting those salted bass sticks of mine with the Chartreuse and pearl color. And then the solid Chartreuse that y'all didn't see me pour. I didn't do a video on that one. But I do have some of the solid Chartreuse too. Alright, and here's the very first one you seen me pour. Is that in there? I think this is. I don't remember now. Well, see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not either. Maybe I don't remember now. I've been doing this too much. Yeah. Okay. Now, back to this again. And just like assembly line, just keep right on going. Keep right on pouring. We don't stop until it's time to melt this down, which you're going to have to do here and after I do these, because I've got a boatload of plastic on the sides, not a whole lot in it, because I had to pour some of my devil crawls and the new molds and see how they looked. And see, now I had to do a little bit more rework on it, on the new devil mold so they're looking good. They're looking real good. Real good indeed. Okay, there's that one. Now for the Chartreuse. Well, here goes the Chartreuse. Perch. There we go. There's that one done. I'll do the last one here, and then that'll be the end of the video, and also be the end of this plastic. So I'll pull out the other one and show you what it looks like still. They're all coming out looking pretty. So that's what matters. They're all coming out looking good. I do try to take pride in my work and do the best job that I can. I want to do things, you know, new customer. Well, this is these guys. Well, they are new customers, but this is not the very first time they bought from me. This is the second or third time, but I, you know, want to keep new customers happy. I want to keep my old customers happy, so I always try to do the best I can, try to better everything that I can. So I'm going to be changing this Chartreuse soon, because this Chartreuse will bleed, and I have found a place that they have non-bleeding Chartreuse, so that's going to be good. I will get it. Well, actually, it's a company I get my most of my stuff from Lurecraft. They have a non-bleeding Chartreuse, so I'm going to have to get me some of that. I will use up what I've got left first. I've got 4, maybe 6 ounces, but I will be changing over to the non-bleeding just as soon as I can. Slide that one over, slide that one in, 2 over there, and then here's this, and you can see in the mold that little bit of plastic here and there, and there's 3 little places up there on the motor oil that needs to be trimmed off, and there's a little bit right in here on that Chartreuse that's going to have to be trimmed off. Not a whole lot, but like I said, a little quick snip, 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 snips, and it's off, and it's done. So that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And people thought, I don't know, when I told them I had my 12-inch worms that I was crazy. Why were you want such a big worm for? I told them, that's not a big worm. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's 12.5 inches. I said, you ought to see the 14 and the 16 inches. And when it's called for, I can do an 18-inch ribbon tail worm. So, oh yeah, yes, an 18-inch one. You want to talk about something big? That's something big. And I was like, well, and I happen to have one of the 18-inch ones, and I got it and put it beside of this one. He's like, you're right, that one's not big. I said, I know, I told you. Alright, well, hey, y'all have a good day. I'm tearing it up now. As you can see, they're tearing this all stuff up and putting it in this pot to melt it down. And this has all come off the spoon where after I stir and set it down, it just, I keep putting it in the same spot, and it builds up, you know, and you just tear it up in little pieces. I could cut it up, but I'm just tearing this up right now. Okay, let me stir up a little bit here. And I know I said I was working on the new devil crawl molds. Here is one. It's not been trimmed or nothing. It still needs a little bit of work, but here's the brand new 4.5 inch one. The tail end of it is a little bit smaller. The profile just a little bit smaller of the worm. Above the crawdad, but it's going to have the exact same action as the original 4.5 inch one. I'm just redoing it because the mold's cracking up. This is going to be awesome, real killer there. So, alright, y'all have a good one. Well, it's after lunchtime actually. It's 1:45, so y'all have a good day, and I'll keep on keeping on here. Got a lot of plastic to pour. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.